And it sounds to me like it's get down on your knees and hope for the best and grab your plastic Jesus. And I don't mean to be sacrilegious in any way, shape, or form, but they seem to have a philosophy right now that no matter how bad it is out there, the only thing you got is a hope and a prayer. Or am I reading that wrong?
Well, no, you're reading it right. Here's what they have. Where it comes to natural disasters, they have to live down the Michael Brownie Brown is doing a heck of a job kind of problem. So I guess the only way you can answer that is through mystical language about things like religion. Listen, Ed, I'm down from that area around New Orleans. I remember when Michael Brown came down and said, I'm doing a heck of a job. That's while people were still living on the roofs of their house. They didn't have food, they didn't have water, and the thing they were hoping, the thing that scared them the most, is that the Republicans were the last people to have control of how they were going to get the heck out of there. And so as I listen to Perry and as I listen to Bachman talk about disaster relief, they have a lot to overcome.
They really do. Now, Ron Paul, this weekend he was telling reporters that if he were around and, back in the day, FEMA didn't play a very good role. And in fact, it didn't even exist, and they recovered back then. Here it is.
I live on the Gulf Coast. We put up with hurricanes all the time. I have Galveston in my district, and FEMA is only about 30 or 40 years old. I don't know exactly how old. But the worst disaster we've ever had was in my district in Galveston in 1900. Before FEMA, the local people rebuilt the city, built a seawall, and they survived without FEMA.
So, Mike, there's the Republican philosophy right there. Let's just roll all efforts back a little over 100 years. What do you think?
Well, I think, that is classic Ron Paul because he lives in a world that's about 100 years old. But the truth is, I was here in one of the worst hurricanes that hit the Gulf Coast, and I understand that without FEMA and without the government, Ron Paul and all the other kook Republicans could have come down here in droves. And they couldn't have rebuilt our houses. They couldn't have rebuilt business. They couldn't have put us back in working. And so Ron Paul is being Ron Paul.
All right. Mike Papantonio, Ring of Fire radio host. Great to have you with us, Mike. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Coming up, Pulitzer Prize winning columnist George Will says the media's coverage of Hurricane Irene was manufactured hysteria. I don't think it's hysteria to be worried.